When I woke up yesterday, I was very sad to see that the White Sage Fire burning near the Grand Canyon, well, between the Grand Canyon and the Arizona-Utah border, near where I grew up, had doubled in size, now close to 50,000 acres. But I was even more devastated to see that another fire burning on the North Rim burned down the historic Grand Canyon Lodge.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah. Joining us is former KTAR reporter, wildfire expert Jim Cross. Jim, the loss of that lodge is really hard to put into words. And the sad part is that the Dragon Bravo fire, the one burning on the North Rim, was it under control at one point?
Well, it was a controlled fire. Technically, it was started by lightning around July 4th, and they were managing the fire, letting it burn, clear out the forest. They call it for resource benefit. And Saturday night, the winds came up hard, about 10:30 at night, and then for the next few hours, it burned up a lot of stuff. Took out the lodge, National Park Service offices, housing units, a water treatment plant, a gas station, and the multi-million-dollar lodge. It's been there since the 1930s, and it's gone. And you can't really put a price tag. This is going to run in the millions, but it's hard to put a price tag on. It's a symbol. It's a big loss for Arizona, a big loss for the National Park Service.
When we moved to Arizona when I was a kid, my grandparents came and visited, and we took them to the North Rim, to the Grand Canyon Lodge. We ate a meal in that. It was an amazing room with this just giant windows, and I really is. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, the South Rim gets all the press, most of it.
Yeah.
But the North Rim is it's hard to explain. It's just different.
It's less touristy.
It's less touristy. Yeah. It's pretty. It's really pretty with all the timber in there.
Yeah.
But again, a big loss, heavy damage up there. They've lost 50 to 80 structures, and it didn't take very long.
When I lived in Flagstaff, we would go to the North Rim instead of the South. We went to the South Rim, but we would go to the North Rim more often because it was just so special. And I think if you live in Arizona, it's one of those if you know things. You just head up to the North Rim where it seems more untouched.
Yeah.
I guess is the best way to put it.
Yeah, I was up there about 20 years ago. There was another fire up there, and once I saw the North Rim, I'm like, okay, I can see what all the hubbub's about. I mean, it's really nice out there.
This is turning out, you and I were texting yesterday, and this is turning out to be a very destructive wildfire season in Arizona, but across the West as well, Jim.
Pretty much every western state right now has fires going, significant fires going, and it's probably going to be like this for another 2 or 3 months. Arizona, usually, hopefully, we're out of the heavy fire danger by mid-July. Because of the monsoon. Right now, that's not the case. You have the 2 fires burning in northern Arizona. Again, you have fires in almost every western state right now. So we're looking at weeks and months more of this fire activity.
Well, and we had talked to the Weather Service, and they said that it might be an active monsoon season for us, which we've been crossing our fingers for, not so much for the lightning, but we do need the moisture to kind of tamp this down. And we're not looking at anything until Wednesday, and even then, it's a pretty slim chance on Wednesday.
Yeah, and it's probably going to bring in more lightning when it comes in, which is the last thing we need right now, because the concern when this one comes in won't just be in the high country. It'll be eastern Arizona. It'll be probably southeastern Arizona. That's the worst part about the monsoon. You love the rain when it comes.
Right.
But the lightning and the wind it brings, not good.
How about the desert areas, Jim? Are you concerned about them? I mean, maybe not as much, but are you concerned about them possibly getting lit?
We're still burnable. I mean, we're probably as burnable right now as we were in early June. We had that one storm earlier this month, and, kind of surprised everybody with the amount of rain it brought, which actually the storm, the one day brought more rain than we had during the entire 2023 monsoon, but it's dried out. There's some chance it's going to return, but pretty much everywhere in the state right now is still vulnerable. The desert, the high country, pretty much everything.
Wow.
Very, very scary news. We
are talking with former KTAR reporter Jim Cross, wildfire expert. And real quickly, too, you told me that this Dragon Bravo fire, even though it's still below officially 6,000 acres, is one of the most destructive fires as far as destruction of human-created property
that I've seen in Arizona.
Yeah.
The granddaddy was the Rodeo Chetiska fire. You lost more than 400 homes and businesses in that. But they lost almost 350 homes and businesses in Summerhaven on Mount Lemmon in 2003, the Aspen fire.
Yeah.
The Arnell Hill fire, in addition to losing the 19 firefighters, they lost about 125 homes in there. So this is a very destructive fire. And we've had fires that ran 500,000 acres, just under 500,000 acres. This is 5,000 or 6,000 acres, and it baked out that area. I mean, it's bad.
Wow. 50 to 80 structures is what I heard, right?
Yeah, that's what they're looking at right now.
Wow.
Former KTAR reporter and wildfire expert Jim Cross joining us here in the studio this morning. We always appreciate that.
Sure.
We know you get up early in the morning, so we feel okay about calling
That
you.
hasn't gotten out of your blood yet.
No.
Yeah.
That might never get out of my blood.
That is unfortunate.
The joke used to be that Jim actually gets up an hour before he goes to sleep.
Oh,
So
I would believe that, actually. I would.
he always beat us all here for sure. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching Arizona's Morning News. Click to watch more from KTAR News and hit the button in the middle to subscribe.